Hi there, this is Dante with Rangers of Wrestling, bringing your Monday Night Raw review. Alright, so to start off, Monday Night Raw opened up with Bobby Lashley and MVP talking about Goldberg. Eventually, Goldberg does come out, but basically the gist of this segment is that Bobby Lashley confront Goldberg's son, and then Goldberg comes and spears MVP. After this, we get a 2-on-1 handicap match. It's Drew McIntyre versus Shanky and Flair. Of course, Drew McIntyre ends up getting the victory, and I think he pulls out like a sword, I think. But after that, we get Ria Ripley versus Nia Jax. This was a decent match. Ria looked very dominant, and Nia Jax got busted open when she accidentally ran into the pole. And they teased the breakup of Nia and Shayna. Honestly, they've been teasing a breakup of Nia and Shayna for the longest time now. So I think they should just pull the trigger. Honestly, they really should. They should just pull the trigger. Okay. So then after that, we had McinTyre versus Mansoor and Ali. Of course, Ali being from Chicago got that hometown pop. So it was a decent match. But of course, 50-50 booking. Last week, Mansoor and Ali defeated McinTyre. This time around, McinTyre ended up defeating Ali and Mansoor. Of course, since Ali's from Chicago, they had to take the L. And then we had a Charlotte Flair segment. She started off by mentioning Simone Biles and her mental health situation. Ooh, what did you guys think of that? Like, do you think that was appropriate for her to mention that? Did you not like that fact that she mentioned that? Let me know in the comments down below. I know this caused quite the stir on Twitter. And she says that Nikki at A.S.h basically cashed in on her and stole the women's title from her. She said that cashing in Money in the Bank is cowardly, and says that she's been cashed in on 3 times. And the segment ends with Nikki A.S.h hitting Charlotte with a steel chair. After that, we get a Doudrop versus Tamina. Of course, Natty is injured, so Tamina had to come out alone, but she was rocking both title belts. At first, Doudrop was dominating, but then Tamina turned the tables. And then Tamina also went face first into the pole thanks to a distraction by Eva Marie. And then Tamina did pick up the victory. But after the match, Alexa appeared on the Titantron mocking Eva. But of course, while Alexa was on the Titantron, they were chanting "We Want Wyatt." And since they were in Chicago, of course, "We Want Punk" chants were prevalent throughout the night. After that, we got a MizTV segment. Basically, The Miz blamed Damian Priest for him being in a wheelchair and says that Priest is a cheater. Damian Priest asked if anyone knows if Miz is actually injured or if it has to do with a problem in between his legs. Priest calls Morrison second fiddle. And then Priest wanted to officially challenge Sheamus, but instead wants to fight against Morrison. Now this segment eventually leads into Morrison versus Damian Priest match, which I thought was pretty good. Great athleticism by both Morrison and Priest. Eventually, Priest takes over the match. Miz splashes Priest with a dripstick, and Morrison had a great reversal. But of course, Damian Priest is victorious. After the match, Sheamus attacks Priest, and then Ricochet comes out and helps Priest. And then this leads to a tag team match now, playa. As Ricochet and Damian Priest versus John Morrison and Sheamus. I thought this was a good match. It wasn't too bad. Sheamus ended up saving the match for his team. But in the end, Ricochet and Damian Priest end up victorious. Then we go backstage. And Bobby Lashley is getting interviewed. And he says that he hopes Goldberg brings his son to SummerSlam so that he can watch him lose. After that, we have Riddle versus Omos. Riddle did get a new scooter, so he comes out with the new scooter. This match, I really like this match. I think WWE is doing a good job at establishing Omos as a monster, because in this match, Omos basically destroys Riddle. Like, it was beyond a squash match. It was like he completely decimated Riddle. Okay, and so then obviously almost basically picks up the victory. I don't know where AJ Styles was at. They didn't mention him and he didn't come out to the ring. So after that, we get Karin Cross versus Keithley in a rematch from last week. I think the only spot I liked was when Karin Cross hit Keithley and he got hit through the steel steps. But other than that, I mean, Keithley ends up victorious in this match. Which, what did you guys think about that? I mean, you know, if Karrion Kross would have lost this, it would have been 2 matches that he's lost. Granted, he did win last week, but this would have been, I think, Keithley's 2nd or 3rd loss in a row. So, who needed to win more here, Karrion Kross or Keithley? I definitely would like to know your comments down below. Alright, so in the main event was a no-holds-barred match between Charlotte and Nikki A.S.h. I have no idea why it's called a championship contenders match when Charlotte is already involved in the match at SummerSlam. So I really like this match. Of course, a couple spots, like it was a crossbody by Nikki, and Charlotte ended up turning the tables on her. Both women went through the barricade, which I thought was actually really cool. Nikki A.S.h. used a dropkick using the chair. Charlotte put Nikki A.S.h. through a table, and then Nikki still managed to kick out after a 2 from that. And Charlotte ended up running through a table, allowing Nikki to get a DDT on her and pick up the victory. Honestly, I felt like a lot of these matches were rinse and repeat. We had seen some of these matches, especially with Charlotte Flair and Nikki A.S.h. I guess if I had to rate Raw on a scale of 1 to 5, I would give it a 2.5 out of 5. And if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, a 4 out of 10. And that's just me being generous. It was, at first I was so excited for the fans to come back, thinking that Raw was going to get better, but no, it's still the same old thing with WWE. Nothing has changed, and I don't think anything ever will. But that being said, what did you guys think of Monday Night Raw tonight? Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? What would you rate Monday Night Raw out of 5 and out of 10? Alright, thank you guys all so much for listening. I apologize for not going live. I've had some other stuff on my plate, but I hope to see you guys soon. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.